Puis là, paf, c'est là que j'apparais. Et c'est là que Julie apparaît et tout. Parle-moi de ça, rentrer vif dans le sujet demain. Salut Julie, comment ça va?
Ça va bien, ça va bien, ça va bien. Busy.
Bon, oui, écoute, ça roule, là. Ça arrête pas de bien aller.
Non, c'est ça. Ouf.
Okay. Écoute, on a quand même on va avoir une belle émission chargée. On attend Burny parce qu'il est en train de fermer son restaurant. Un gars bien sympathique. C'est vrai que tu n'as pas eu le temps de lui parler encore, mais j'ai fait une petite vidéo avec il y a quelques jours. Bien fin. Donc, le gars, il est installé à Jensen Beach. Jensen Beach, c'est dans le coin un petit peu au sud, entre Vero Beach puis Port-Sainte-Lucie, là, pour vous donner une petite idée, là, dans le centre de la Floride, sur la côte est. Il a ouvert un restaurant québécois du style, il vous en parlera, mais un peu style belle province. Il appelle ça Burny's Pit Stop. Puis écoute, ça roule à fond. Au point tel qu'il va faire venir, des Québécois. Ben déjà, il y a un Québécois qui s'en vient, un peu comme employé essentiel. Il pourra nous expliquer ça. Et il cherche des gens, puis il nous racontera ça aussi. Il cherche des gens pour franchiser un peu son concept. Écoute, particulièrement en Floride. Attends une minute. Il va arriver. Attends une minute.
Il est là.
Il arrive c'est ça, il me dit qu'il arrive dans une couple de minutes. Il me dit qu'il va être sur son cellulaire. Donc, pardonnez-lui la qualité de l'image. Mais c'est ça. Le gros défi, excuse-moi. Le gros défi, Julie, tu connais quelque chose là-dedans. Puis encore là, Burny pourra nous en parler. C'est de trouver des employés.
C'est le gros problème de tous les business en ce moment, que ce soit dans n'importe quelle industrie.
Mais la bonne chose, c'est que c'est ça qui permet donc à un de nos clients, s'il veut se nommer, il pourra se nommer, s'il est sur le chat, de pouvoir immigrer aux États en tant qu'employé essentiel. Puis Julie, ce qui est le fun, c'est comme employé essentiel, et voilà Burny qui arrive, bon, comme employé essentiel, tu as accès à la carte verte. C'est ça qui est le fun.
Absolument. Oui.
Hey Burny!
Oui, salut!
Comment ça va?
Ça va pas bien.
Bon, montre-nous ça, là, ton restaurant. Là. Je le vois derrière toi. Là.
Oui, OK. Je vais me promener, bien sûr. Il y a ma petite fille là, qui est là aujourd'hui, mais non, je vais faire le petit tour. Je sais pas si je peux changer la caméra de bord. Non, c'est pas ça. Bon, vous allez voir
en allant l'envers.
En allant l'envers, oui. Ça, c'est ça, la salle à manger, grosso modo. Puis, montrer un petit peu la cuisine. Là. Je viens de finir de nettoyer.
OK. Ouais, une chance.
Oui. Ça ressemble un peu à ça, la cuisine.
On prep table. Écoute, c'est la cuisine typique d'un casse-croûte style québécois, style belle province.
Exactement. Rien de trop compliqué. Juste l'équipement nécessaire.
Puis tu me disais, Burny, que quand on parlait, pour les gens qui nous écoutent, qui connaissent un peu la restauration, c'est assez le fun ce que tu as comme concept, parce que le trauma que tu as quand tu as un restaurant, c'est les hosties de food cost. Parce que tu as peur de perdre, qu'est-ce que je vais faire si je n'ai pas assez de clients. Avec le business que tu as, tu n'as pas vraiment de perte.
Non, c'est ça. Avec... dans le fond, qu'est-ce qu'on a checké, moi et ma femme, c'est on a checké les ingrédients qu'on a besoin. Le menu est en fonction des ingrédients qu'on a puis qu'on essaie de réutiliser dans chaque affaire. Le burger, mettons qu'il y a de la laitue ou il y a des tomates, on essaie de les réutiliser un peu dans les autres affaires, que ce soit des hot dogs ou des affaires comme ça. Fait c'est sûr que le food cost, il est bon.
C'est ça, il reste minimal.
C'est ça. Puis même le gaspillage, je veux dire... On fait tout au fur et à mesure. Je veux dire, si la commande elle arrive, c'est sûr qu'on reste un fast-food, fait que dans le fond, on essaie d'être quand même rapide dans un sens. Mais en même temps, on ne peut pas faire trop de frites d'avance. Fait que les frites sont faites au fur et à mesure quand on reçoit les commandes. Fait que dans le fond, à la fin, il ne me reste pas grand-chose de frites de gaspiller, là, entre guillemets. Là. Fait que de ce côté-là, il n'y a vraiment pas beaucoup de gaspillage. Puis la sauce, puis ces affaires-là aussi, tout est fait au fur et à mesure quand on en a notre besoin. Fait que dans le fond, le gaspillage est à son minimum. Là.
Puis j'imagine, de toute façon, à force d'opérer, ben, tu connais un peu tes quantités puis tout ça. Toi, tu me disais aussi, une des bonnes choses, parce qu'on ne s'imagine pas ça, parce que toi, tu n'es pas dans le coin le plus touristique de la Floride, tu es dans le centre de la Floride, mais c'est un mal pour un bien, parce que ce que tu veux aussi, puis pour ceux qui nous écoutent, qui regardent les shows réalité de restaurants, style avec les shows avec Gordon Ramsay, Restaurant Impossible, puis tout ça, écoute, le problème, c'est qu'il faut que tu t'adresses aux touristes, mais une fois que la saison touristique est finie, il faut que tu t'adresses aux locaux. Puis quand tu as une trop grosse différence entre les locaux et les touristes, tu n'es pas capable de respirer, tu n'es pas capable de t'adapter. Mais où est-ce que tu es? Toi, tu as pu commencer parce que tu as ouvert, ça fait quoi? Ça fait un peu plus. Ça fait 8 mois que tu es ouvert?
10 mois à peu près.
10 mois. Fait que tu as ouvert quand la bonne saison finissait.
Oui.
Fait que tu l'as eu raide, mais en même temps, ça t'a permis de commencer smooth aussi.
Exactement.
Faire des soft openings, là, c'est ça?
C'est ça, je dis, tu sais, on était, bon, c'est sûr que c'est plate un peu du côté tourisme, toutes ces affaires-là, mais je veux dire, les premiers mois, quand on a ouvert, il y a eu beaucoup d'ajustements au niveau soit des ingrédients, soit le prix un peu, des fois qu'on modifie un petit peu. Fait qu'on a eu le temps de s'ajuster parce que c'était, je dirais pas c'était plus tranquille nécessairement, il y avait quand même les locaux qui rentraient, mais grâce à ça, on avait des feedbacks, puis on s'ajustait. On s'ajustait en fonction de notre qualité de nourriture, en fonction, ben, c'est ça, comme je disais, des prix. Fait que, puis quand les snowbirds sont arrivés, on n'est pas tombé comme dans une carrosse un peu parce que là, on avait plus de volume, on avait plus que doublé, triplé le volume. Mais vu qu'on était déjà préparé auparavant, ben là, c'est ça, la saison des snowbirds était comme, je dirais pas plus smooth, mais on était préparé.
Tu étais prête, là, ouais, c'est ça. Hey, question niaiseuse, parce qu'il y en a plusieurs qui me l'ont demandé. T'es trouves où tes crottes de fromage? Non, mais attends, là. Nous autres, on prend ça pour acquis au Québec, mais aux États-Unis, trouver des cheese curds, là, c'est pas facile, là.
Non, c'est pas facile. Ben, je te dirais, la plupart, ben, même les autres concurrents là, qui font de la poutine, là, on le pointe pas mal au Wisconsin.
C'est ça.
C'est une grosse place de fromage. Non, c'est pas pareil. C'est pas pareil. Je dis tout le temps aux gens, dans le fond, il arrive froid. Puis il n'est pas baigné dans un liquide comme au Québec, tu sais, qu'il fallait quick ou qu'il le maintient. Il vient froid, puis normalement, moi, avant que je le sers, ben, il sort du frigidaire. Fait que, tu sais, c'est sûr que.
C'est pas pareil.
C'est ça. Mais avec la sauce qui est super chaude, tout, tu sais, c'est similaire. Ça va fondre pareil, ça va pas le quick, là, mais, tu sais, ça va fondre, ça va mariner avec la poutine, puis ça va donner à peu près sensiblement le même goût, là, tu sais.
Écoute, j'ai un feeling que, corrige-moi si je me trompe, parce que dans le fond, oui, c'est un menu que les Québécois connaissent bien. J'imagine, tu sais ça, les estimés, tout ça, tu vois moins ça aux États-Unis. Mais la poutine, ça s'en vient tellement populaire qu'à un moment donné, je suis sûr qu'il va y en avoir des fabricants de fromage quick, là.
On en a même au Texas, la poutine.
Ben oui.
Ouais, c'est ça. Tu vois, j'ai de la famille au Texas, puis il y en a qui m'ont dit que la poutine, elle s'en est. Le but, c'est justement, quand on a parti cette business-là, on voulait justement faire découvrir la poutine à travers les États-Unis. Je veux dire, il n'y a pas une grande différence entre une frite sauce, parce que eux autres, je sais qu'à New York et New Jersey, ils mangent beaucoup de frites sauce. Hein,
oui, des disco fries au New Jersey.
Oui, exactement. Oui. Souvent, il y en a qui arrivent et ils me demandent un disco fries, mais qu'est-ce que je veux dire? Il n'y a pas une grosse différence en rajouter juste un petit peu de fromage. Il y en a qui n'aiment pas le mix. Mais il y en a qui vont l'essayer, puis ils vont dire, tu sais, c'est différent. Il y en a qui vont l'aimer. Puis, à partir de là, ben, c'est des amener à l'adopter un petit peu plus. Puis, ça va devenir ici, parce que dans le fond, ici, ils sont bien mangeurs de burgers, tu sais, les Américains. Hein.
Ouais.
Puis, c'est ça que je vais essayer de faire, c'est de rendre la poutine aussi populaire que les burgers, mais aux États-Unis, tu sais.
Dans ton menu, t'intègres-tu d'autres choses de la culture québécoise, nos fameux sous-marins? Est-ce que tu intègres ça, des smoked meat?
Pas encore. Tu sais, la cuisine, bon, comme vous l'avez vu un petit peu, il est un peu petit. J'ai pas beaucoup de place de storage pour stocker mon stock. Fait que dans le fond, on a décidé d'y aller avec un menu simple. Donc, on s'est dit, on se prend pas trop la tête. On va réutiliser qu'est-ce qu'on a comme ingrédients. On va y aller, tu sais, puis après ça, au fur et à mesure que ça va venir, ben, on rajoutera, tu sais, peut-être des affaires dans le menu. Sous-marin, c'était quelque chose qu'on voulait faire un peu. On voulait faire un peu comme une belle province, mais avec des ingrédients un petit peu plus frais, puis au fur et à mesure. Parce que je sais que Belle Province, des fois, ils vont faire des frites à pelleter, mais ils vont les passer. Mais tu sais, moi, j'aime ça quand c'est chaud. Les gens, ils arrivent souvent, puis la poutine est super chaude, puis ils ont la misère à manger, parce tellement que c'est chaud. Mais c'est un peu ça que je veux garder. Mais non, ça va être au fur et à mesure. Puis ça va être un essai-erreur un peu aussi, là, parce que des gens, tu sais, des fois, c'est surtout, je parle surtout pour les Américains. Les Québécois, tu sais, ils savent c'est quoi une belle province ou une Valentine ou quelque chose comme ça.
Ouais,
mais ici, c'est des amener un petit peu plus avec un menu plus québécois, là.
Fait que c'est ça. Donc, tu te limites au burger. J'avais une. Tu sais, parce que je suis en train d'aider le gars qui va s'en venir comme employé essentiel chez vous. Puis, c'est un gars de Québec, puis il me disait ce que j'aimerais ça amener chez Burny, c'est l'inter-fromage. Je disais inter-fromage, je connais ça, mon Dieu, tu sais, ça vient d'Ancienne Lorette, chez Richard. Ben oui. Puis, tu sais, donc, c'est le genre de culture québécoise, tu sais, que tu essaies d'intégrer dans la culture américaine, c'est un petit peu ça, là.
Oui, exactement. Puis,
c'est quoi la réponse des Américains?
Ben, je te dirais, il y en a qui ont peur un peu de l'essayer. Tu sais, c'est du nouveau un peu, même si c'est juste des fois juste du fromage de plus. Il y en a qui vont l'essayer. Puis, je te dirais, à date, tu sais, bon, comme tu disais, on est dans une zone un peu plus locale que touristique. Fait que, mais je te dirais, la plupart des gens, ils sont ouverts à l'essayer. Puis, j'ai quand même beaucoup de réguliers qui reviennent. Je parle des Américains, là, pas des snowbirds, mais les Américains qui reviennent, puis ils aiment la poutine. Puis, je pense que c'est juste une question de temps. C'est sûr, il y en a qui n'aimeront pas ça comme au Québec, il y en a qui n'aiment pas ça, la poutine, mais avec une question de temps, je pense que là, on va atteindre un plus gros nombre justement d'Américains qui vont aimer ça. Mais à date, ça va bien, là.
En tout cas, je vois que tu as commencé, parce que oui, ça commence, tu le vois dans les food trucks, plus dans le sud de la Floride, évidemment,
Oui.
au Texas, comme je le disais, à New York, c'est bien certain, New Jersey, j'en ai vu. Mais comme dans le comté où est-ce qu'on est, qui est dans Brevard, qui est juste en haut de chez vous, écoute, j'ai pas fait le tour, mais j'en ai pas vu encore. Puis là, justement, tu veux, la patente, c'est que tu veux franchiser ton restaurant. Explique-nous un petit peu.
Ben, c'est ça, je me suis dit déjà que ça marche pas trop pire ici, où ce qu'on est en ce moment, qui est, comme je dis, plus ou moins touristique là, par rapport à si on parle à un grand nombre de snowbirds. Puis les gens l'accueillent quand même assez bien. Fait que je me dis, tu sais, pourquoi pas essayer de l'expansionner, puis en profiter justement de cet engouement-là de la poutine. Puis que les Américains, bon, comme tu sais, on sait, à Fort Lauderdale, Miami, il y en a, là. Puis au Texas, il y en a. Mais je veux juste comme le mettre à plus grande échelle encore. Puis justement, que ça devienne comme un burger, puis que, tu sais, que les gens ils disent, ah, j'ai le goût d'une poutine, tu sais. Puis ils vont faire, c'est ça que je veux. C'est la rendre à grande échelle.
Évidemment, est-ce que tu fais les frites d'une façon un peu différente que nos amis américains? Parce que je sais que, par exemple, dans les belles provinces, ils ont leur recette quasiment secrète d'huile, là, tu sais. T'as-tu la tienne?
Ben, c'est pas un gros secret, là. C'est évidemment, on blanchit les frites.
Oui.
Je les laisse dans l'eau au moins 24 heures la plupart du temps. Puis, j'ai pré-cuit. J'ai pré-cuit avant de cuire pour la finalité de la
J'ai fait cuire 2 fois. Ouais.
C'est ça, exactement. J'ai fait cuire 2 fois, ce qui fait que ça fait tendre à l'intérieur, mais ça fait croustillant à l'extérieur. Puis, un peu comme au Québec. Puis, pour les Américains, ben souvent, eux autres, ils aiment bien ça crispy.
Oui.
Fait que j'ai fait un petit peu plus longtemps. Mais en même temps, tu sais, on veut qu'ils s'adaptent quand même à la poutine québécoise. C'est-à-dire, tu sais, c'est des frites quand même.
Un peu plus molles.
C'est ça, exactement. Ouais. Mais bon, quand il y a des Américains qui le demandent, je le fais, mais quand même, le but, ça reste quand même assez de montrer la vraie recette québécoise et plus ou moins là.
En tout cas, t'es bien parti. Tiens, il y a Eric qui nous dit qu'il est 100% d'accord avec ton initiative de franchisage.
Tu connais-tu Eric? Eric, c'est ça peut spécialiser les franchises.
Ah ouais, non, je ne connais pas Eric.
Ouais, vraiment.
Donc peut-être des contacts à faire, là.
Oui.
C'est ça, Mr. Picard qui nous dit les meilleures frites, c'est comme ça que ça se fait. On peut te dire que Mr. Picard, c'est lui qui s'en vient chez vous, là?
Oui, c'est ça, c'est lui. Puis c'est ça qu'on voulait en fait. C'est ça aussi l'idée de franchiser. C'est pour ça que je ne l'ai pas affiché sur des sites américains parce que éventuellement ça va venir, mais pour commencer, je veux quand même que le nom se fasse bien. Puis qui mieux que d'avoir des Québécois pour le faire. Donc, c'est ça.
Puis en même temps, Julie, ça nous permet d'expliquer c'est quoi le visa d'employé essentiel, puis pourquoi un gars comme Mr. Picard va être très bien placé pour avoir ce visa-là.
Ben là, je ne connais pas M. Picard.
Oui.
Je ne sais pas c'est quoi sa spécialité.
Écoute, c'est niaiseux à dire, mais il y a la première qualification, c'est que c'est un Québécois. C'est un restaurant québécois. Le gars est québécois. Burny était québécois.
Oui.
Il y a un lien tout de suite. Ce que je veux dire par là, c'est que l'immigration ne va pas t'ostiner. Ils vont, oui, OK, ça peut être un employé essentiel. Ils ne vont pas l'enquêter pendant bien du temps parce que naturellement, le gars sait c'est quoi de la poutine, sait comment préparer de la poutine, il va connaître ton menu dans le temps de le dire. Puis, pour eux, puis pour toi, c'est important parce que quand on a eu notre conversation, Burny, tu me disais, mon restaurant va bien, tout est correct, sauf que je passe ma vie dans mon restaurant. Tu travailles dans ta business, tu ne travailles pas pour ton business.
Exactement. Ouais.
Fait qu'en engageant ce fameux employé essentiel, tu vas pouvoir te libérer de ton restaurant, puis tu vas pouvoir t'occuper de le franchiser et t'occuper de tes franchisés. C'est un peu ça.
Oui, exactement. Puis c'est drôle parce que dans le fond, bon, c'est ça, là. Maintenant, entre Québécois, souvent, on se tient. Hein, on aime ça aider les Québécois, on aime ça venir. Puis, tu sais, quand on reçoit des gens ici qui viennent, puis c'est des Québécois, puis ils voient qu'on parle français, tu sais, ça. Ils aiment ça. Puis ils aiment ça jaser. Fait que, dans le fond, les Québécois, ben oui, ils sont en vacances, mais en même temps, c'est drôle, mais ils aiment ça rencontrer d'autres Québécois qui ont des business.
Ben, puis pensez-y, là, les gens qui nous écoutent. Parce qu'on n'est pas habitué de voir des restaurants québécois. Parce que c'est vrai, mais pensez-y. Là. Tu vas dans un restaurant chinois. S'il y a des Chinois dans la place, me semble que tu as confiance. Un restaurant italien, des Italiens, tu as confiance. C'est un peu ça, tu sais. C'est niaiseux de même.
Non, c'est vrai, je pense que tu as raison, tu, Jeff. Il y a souvent des gens, des Québécois qui arrivent et disent c'est vraiment une poutine originale parce que nous, on a marqué sur notre pancarte, c'est original poutine. Original. Fait que là, les gens arrivent, puis là, tu sais, bon, parce qu'on sait c'est quoi les poutines américaines, c'est souvent du mozzarella râpé ou, tu sais, bon, des frites croches. Fait que là, quand ils arrivent, puis là, ils nous entendent parler français aux Québécois, là, ils disent OK, ça doit déjà être meilleur que.
C'est legit. Ouais, c'est ça.
Exactement.
Ben écoute, c'est cool. Fait peux-tu nous raconter un peu qu'est-ce que tu cherches chez les futurs franchisés? Est-ce que de l'expérience en cuisine, un peu comme Mr. Picard le disait, lui, il y a 5 ans d'expérience en cuisine, fait que le mariage se fait automatiquement, là, tu sais. Mais un peu, qu'est-ce que tu cherches chez tes franchisés?
Ben, c'est sûr, l'expérience, c'est un gros plus. En même temps, on s'entend, tu sais, cuisiner du fast-food, tu sais, des burgers, tout s'apprend. Mais en même temps, si tu as déjà de l'expérience, tu as déjà une longueur d'avance sur bien des gens. C'est de comprendre aussi que le travail, tu risques de travailler beaucoup. Je veux dire, c'est un restaurant. Hein. Un restaurant, c'est pas comme un magasin où que des fois, tu es fermé une journée dans la semaine ou 2 dans la semaine. Nous, on est ouvert 7 jours sur 7. Notre horaire, on l'a fait en fonction pour quand même on puisse avoir une certaine petite vie, même si on travaille de 11 à 8, mais c'est 7 jours de pareil.
Tu peux déjeuner, là. Tu peux pas, là.
C'est ça. Mais juste, je te dirais, tu sais, expérience, c'est un gros plus. Être travaillant, tu sais, savoir que tu peux faire des heures. Bon service aussi, parce que le service, c'est la première chose que les gens remarquent. Puis s'assurer que tu vas faire de la bonne qualité de bouffe. Puis, tu sais, prendre le pouls aussi des gens. C'est ça qui est important. Surtout la première année, c'est de prendre le pouls. Tu sais, qu'est-ce qu'ils aiment, qu'est-ce qu'ils n'aiment pas, qu'est-ce qu'ils, tu sais. Comme ça, tu peux te réajuster. C'est ça qui nous a permis pendant la saison morte, là, entre guillemets, là.
Ouais.
Vu qu'on avait un petit peu plus de temps de gérer ça, de voir d'autres fournisseurs de nourriture, d'essayer d'autres types d'ingrédients ou d'autres types de sauces, d'autres mix, des affaires comme ça, ben ça nous a laissé du temps pour essayer de trouver les meilleurs produits, le meilleur mixage qu'on pouvait, puis ce que ça donne aujourd'hui, là, mais c'est ça.
Ta sauce, fais-tu venir ton mix du Québec?
Non, le mix provient du fournisseur. Okay. Puis nous, on rajoute quelques assaisonnements de nous autres, là, mais le mix principal provient du fournisseur.
OK, cool. Fait que donc, tu cherches des gens avec évidemment une éthique de travail irréprochable parce que je pense que c'est la première affaire. Est-ce que je suis hors sujet de dire que je pense que la meilleure chose, puis je ne veux pas parler au-delà là, de qu'est-ce qui va être, là, mais celui qui s'en vient chez vous là, pour aller faire comme employé essentiel, il me semble que ce serait le premier qui pourrait devenir un franchisé. Tu comprends ce que je veux dire? Il vient se former chez vous, il vient apprendre ta culture d'entreprise, puis après ça, écoute, boss, moi, je serais prêt à m'ouvrir un restaurant. Il me semble que c'est logique. C'est-tu comme ça que tu le vois, toi aussi?
Ben, éventuellement, c'est sûr, c'est quelque chose que je veux, parce que c'est aussi niaiseux que ça, parce que même les employés que j'ai embauchés, les Américains, c'est juste parce qu'ils ne sont jamais là, ils ne se présentent jamais, mais je me disais, tu sais, si ces gens-là, ils restent un an et demi avec moi, puis tu sais, je vois qu'ils travaillent bien, puis que, tu sais, ils travaillent fort comme si c'était leur resto, tu sais. Je sais que c'est ton resto ici, mais tu sais, je me disais, s'ils travaillent assez bien pour me montrer qu'ils sont capables d'en gérer un, c'est sûr que j'en aurais fait un pour eux autres. Je ne m'aurais même pas posé la question, je m'aurais dit, j'ai confiance en eux autres, on va en partir un deuxième, puis c'est eux autres qui vont le gérer, tu sais. Bon, là, c'est pas ça que ça a donné, hein, parce qu'on sait que probablement comme au Québec, je sais pas, mais ici, en tout cas, là, les gens, c'est très, très difficile de trouver du staff. Fait que,
Julie, elle a une compagnie de ménage, puis c'est tough, hein, trouver du staff.
C'est pas facile. C'est pas facile, mais je pense que c'est vraiment partout, puis je pense que c'est aussi au Québec. Là. Fait que, tu sais, c'est ça. C'est pas que c'est aux États-Unis, là, c'est juste le nouveau monde.
Mais ceux qui nous écoutent, écoutez bien, là, parce que ça va vous donner des opportunités comme employé essentiel dans plusieurs entreprises, dont la tienne, Burny.
Ouais.
Ben, une des raisons pour laquelle c'est vraiment bien, puis moi, je le suggère souvent, les gens qui veulent partir en 1-2, je leur dis toujours, bon, si vous avez besoin d'un employé essentiel, amenez un employé essentiel parce que cet employé-là, là, c'est une personne qui va être fiable. Cette personne-là est attachée à votre entreprise. Donc, la raison pour laquelle elle est sur place, c'est parce qu'elle travaille pour l'entreprise. Elle ne va pas se présenter.
Elle ne lâchera pas une couple de mois après. Là.
Oui. C'est des gens fiables, puis je pense que c'est ce que tout le monde veut en ce moment, des gens fiables.
Oui, exactement.
Fait que un employé comme ça vaut de l'or. Ça vaut de l'or parce que tu peux bâtir ta business autour, tu peux, comme on disait, tu peux te libérer de ta business, tu peux travailler pour ta business et non dans ta business. Puis ça, ben pour toi, ça va tout changer. Là, tu vas pouvoir pouvoir franchiser. Là,
ben oui, exact. Parce que là, en ce moment, j'essaie de pallier les deux, mais j'ai pas le temps.
Dans les 24 heures d'une journée. Fait que juste une petite idée, combien ça vaut un restaurant comme ça?
Ben, c'est ça. Nous, on a plusieurs types de modèles qu'on voulait présenter aux franchisés ou c'est ça, qu'on voulait présenter aux franchisés. On a le modèle un peu comme ici, c'est-à-dire avec des places assises intérieures et extérieures. On voulait aussi avoir un autre modèle qui est style un peu plus drive-thru. Parce que les Américains, on sait qu'ils sont paresseux, donc un drive-thru, ça vaut de l'or. On voulait un modèle aussi un peu style Burny Express, c'est-à-dire juste des take-out, pick-up et livraison. Nous, on a aussi des livraisons, mais avec Uber Eats et DoorDash. Là. Puis on avait un autre, c'est comme un sous-catégorie, mais c'est que il n'y a rien qui empêchait que quelqu'un qui voulait faire un visa E2, par exemple, mais d'être partenaire avec un autre franchisé. Donc, ça réduit le coût pour partir. Puis ils sont deux parce qu'ils ont 50-50. Puis là, ça peut être bien parce que là, ils peuvent se partager les heures aussi de travail, ce qui est moins compliqué que moi qui fais tous les 7 jours, là, mais ça peut les aider. Donc, en fonction
il y a aussi le fait que tu es jeune, là, parce que je vois, là, tu peux avoir une éthique de travail, tu peux travailler 80 heures dans ta business pour le moment.
Oui, pour le moment, exact, parce qu'après ça, après une année, deux, ça met sur le corps. Là, ça
brûle, oui.
Mais je te dirais, tu sais, ça. Puis là, c'est ça, nous, on est là pour conseiller parce que la meilleure façon, si tu veux pas que ça coûte trop cher pour franchiser, c'est d'y aller pour acheter un local ou les équipements qui sont déjà dans un local qui était déjà un restaurant auparavant. Ce qui coûte cher, surtout la grease trap, le hood, puis l'air climatisé. C'est les 3 items qui coûtent le plus cher pour le restaurant. Fait que si tu fais une construction de ça va te dépasser facilement les 150 000, 200 000. Mais si ça, c'est déjà fait, puis tu as déjà un restaurant qui était là auparavant, là, tu viens d'économiser ça. Donc, après ça, c'est tout simplement de négocier le bail, peut-être d'acheter des nouveaux équipements ou des équipements usagés, dépendamment du budget.
Oui, puis ça se loue aussi, tu sais. Des fois, on se met ça pire ce que c'est, mais bon, peut-être pour le hood, c'est plus compliqué. Mais tout le reste, là, tout peut se louer. Ta vaisselle peut se louer, tes appareils de cuisson, tout peut se louer.
Exactement. Fait que c'est ça. Si tu pars avec quelque chose comme ça, ben normalement, tu t'en sors en peut-être les 75 000, 100 000. Il faut quand même avoir un certain minimum quand tu t'investis pour le visa E2. Mais autour de 100 000, généralement, c'est un bon investissement. Ouais. C'est pas un investissement qui est trop cher, je pense. Ben, dépendamment des gens, là, mais surtout pour partir d'une business. Là.
Il dit même les chaises, parce que j'ai une compagnie, je vends des chaises. Tu sais. Oui. Mais c'est ça, les chaises, ça fait partie de ton 100 000, tu sais, absolument.
Oui, exactement.
Fait que c'est ça. Donc, on calcule que, évidemment, on tourne les coins ronds, mais à 100 000, tu es capable d'ouvrir un Burny petit stop.
Oui.
À peu près.
Oui, à peu près, c'est ça.
À peu près.
Oui.
Il y a Eric qui nous dit bien s'associer avec un couple d'agents immobiliers locaux. Ils sont toujours à l'affût pour les emplacements de deuxième génération. Justement, ça tombe bien, Eric, qu'est-ce que tu dis? Parce que tout de suite après Burny, on va jaser à Donna Adams, qui, elle, est agent, puis qui va parler d'autres commerces, là, justement. Parce que, évidemment, la restauration, c'est pas pour tout le monde, pour les raisons que tu viens de dire, parce que ça demande. Moi, je pense qu'il faut être il faut être jeune pour être dans la restauration. Mais quand je pense quand tu as passé 45 ans, là, c'est très, très demandant. Je peux vous en parler. Je n'ai pas des cheveux blancs pour rien. Non, c'est tough. C'est tough. C'est vraiment tough.
C'est pas
une famille, tout ça, c'est pas cool. Mais si tu veux partir, c'est pour ça qu'on le voit souvent dans certaines cultures. Bon, ben, les enfants vont travailler dans le restaurant. Si tu veux, comment je peux dire ça? C'est la seule façon que la famille peut se tenir ensemble, c'est si les enfants travaillent dans le business. C'est un peu ça, là.
Ça fait des employés de plus. Fiable.
En plus.
mais il y a des cultures où, chez les Latinos, chez les Asiatiques, c'est habituel, c'est courant. Chez les Italiens, chez les Grecs, c'est courant. La famille va travailler là, puis si tu veux voir mon oncle, ma tante, va au restaurant, il est là. C'est comme ça que ça marche. Fait que, non, écoute, c'est super cool. Peut-être que s'il y a des gens qui nous écoutent, qui ont le goût, en tout cas, c'est parce que plusieurs, évidemment, vont voir ce vidéo-là après. Gênez-vous pas, envoyez-nous un petit message, puis on fera le lien, là, puis on pourra voir là, si c'est le genre de business qui est bon pour vous, puis ça nous fera plaisir de vous mettre en contact là, avec Burny. Puis évidemment, si vous êtes dans le coin de Jensen, c'est bien ça, en Jensen Beach.
Oui,
si vous êtes dans le coin de Jensen Beach, allez faire un tour, puis crois-moi, dès que je retourne, parce que là, mon déménagement est de plus en plus proche, donc dès que je retourne dans le coin de Cocoa Beach, où est-ce que je vais aménager, sois bien certain que je vais aller te voir, ça va me faire bien plaisir d'aller manger une poutine chez vous, surtout que ma charmante épouse est une grande friande de poutine. C'est niaiseux, hein? Mais c'est une des affaires quand les Québécois déménagent, c'est une des affaires, je ne sais pas pour toi, Julie, ça fait 25 ans que tu n'étais plus là. Ça te manque-tu, la poutine?
Me manquer, je ne dis pas que ça me manque, mais c'est sûr que quand je vais au Québec, je vais manger de la poutine. C'est clair que je vais aller manger de la poutine. Puis si je vois une place où il y a de la poutine, c'est clair que je vais manger de la poutine, sauf que il faut que ça soit bon aussi. Je ne mangerai pas de la poutine juste pour manger qu'est-ce qui ressemble à de la poutine. J'aimerais ça qu'on aille.
En tout cas, Burny, la prochaine affaire, je ne sais pas pour toi, Julie, parce que c'est moins. Parce que Julie, toi, tu viens de Trois-Rivières, c'est moins comment on dit ça, un landmark local de Trois-Rivières. Mais pour nous, de Montréal, moi, ça me prend un smooth meat. Là, puis ça, c'est ce qui me manque le plus quand je suis en Floride. Je suis pas. Il y a du pastrami, mais non.
On essaie d'en trouver, Jeff. C'est pas.
C'est vrai? C'est tough, hein?
Oui, j'ai essayé, mais on est encore en train de travailler là-dessus. J'aimerais bien ça l'avoir du smooth meat.
Cool. En tout cas, ça va être super. En tout cas, je te souhaite la meilleure des chances. Puis en tout cas, ça a l'air de bien aller parce qu'à chaque fois qu'on se parle, tu es toujours en train de travailler. Fait que donc à moi, c'est bon signe. Fait que c'est cool. Puis écoute, merci beaucoup. Puis encore là, je le répète, s'il y a des gens qui nous écoutent, là, qui ont le goût, qui sont curieux là, par rapport à ce business-là, gênez-vous pas. Vous pouvez rejoindre Julie, moi. Ça va nous faire plaisir. Puis on va vous mettre en contact avec Burny. Monsieur Burny, merci beaucoup. Puis
merci,
en tout cas, tout le monde ici, Eric, tout ça, te souhaite beaucoup de succès.
Oui, parfait. Salut. Merci beaucoup.
Bye-bye.
À bientôt. Ciao. Je suis content de voir des entrepreneurs québécois comme ça qui.
Moi, j'adore ça. Moi, j'écouterais
hein?
des histoires de même tous les jours. Moi, c'est ça qui me garde en vie. Puis moi, c'est le courage. Le courage, parce qu'avec du temps dans un autre pays, tu vas partir une entreprise dans souvent une langue qui n'est pas la tienne ou bon. Ça prend beaucoup de courage de faire ça. Est-ce qu'on a notre charmante...
Oui, c'est ça. Elle me dit qu'elle n'arrive pas à se connecter. J'ai dit « try now ». Peut-être j'ai juste 3 places, je ne sais pas. Attends un peu.
Elle s'en vient.
Oui. Oui, parce que Donna, bon, pour ceux qui l'ignorent, attends une minute.
Donna, on l'a déjà eu, hein? On l'a déjà eu comme invité.
On l'a déjà eu comme invité. Moi, j'étais chez elle jusqu'à la semaine passée. On était passé un petit 3 semaines en Floride en prévision du grand déménagement. On a été placé nos affaires, puis écoute, ben, vous allez voir, c'est tellement sympathique, Donna. Puis un peu, ben regarde, je sais que c'est pas tout le monde qui connaît la région, Julie. Moi, je suis moins un fan du sud de la Floride. Je sais que naturellement, pour les Québécois, ils aiment bien aller dans le sud de la Floride. Je pense avoir ma petite idée pourquoi. Là. Premièrement, parce qu'il y a d'autres Québécois, mais c'est pas juste ça. C'est parce que quand tu vas au sud, tu vas vraiment aller au sud pour être sûr d'avoir chaud, parce que comme Québécois, tu es tanné de fret. Non, mais je comprends ça. Mais quand tu t'en vas rester là, voilà, Donna. C'est ça, quand tu t'en vas rester là, à un moment donné, ben, tu te dis, ouais, mais il y a l'été aussi. Puis l'été, ça va peut-être être too much quand tu es à Fort Lauderdale. Alors, je vous l'annonce, la prochaine partie de l'émission, on va la faire en anglais, parce que Donna, évidemment, c'est une Américaine. Here she is.
Hey.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you? Long time no see.
Oh, yeah, very long time.
Long time from
So I was saying to people, like the next part, we're going to do it in English, obviously. You're not a French Canadian. But anyway, if you want to move to the US, you have to speak just a little bit of English at least. So you're going to need that. So Donna, what's up?
Not much. Living the dream in Florida. Nice and warm today.
Yeah.
It was chilly. My friends visited from Virginia this last week, and they brought the cold weather with them. So it was a little bit cold. Not as cold as you guys have it, but
no. What is chilly?
What is cold? Yeah. What is? Yeah.
Today was in the 70s, but this weekend it was like 40s.
Yeah,
50s.
40s. It's like 40s. Like ugh.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. But anyway, like it's that for a week, and then after here comes the sun again, and there comes the nice weather. Right. And that's what I love about Florida, because like what it is, like I was saying that to Julie a few hours ago, like it's 230 something sunny days per year in Florida. Like what else do you want in life?
95%, they say it's 95% sunny and beautiful.
And when it's not, then that 5% is like a hurricane.
Yeah, that's it. No, and the thing is, when it rains, okay, it rains, but it's sunny right after, like an hour after. That's what's lovely about Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
So we were talking. I don't know if you were listening to to our previous guest, although it was in French. But this guy is in Jensen Beach, like not too far from where you are. But the county just south of Brevard, I think. Jensen Beach, yeah.
No, that's west. What is that?
Near Port St. Lucie, like near Vero. Yeah. So it's the next county, and so he was talking to us about because he wants to franchise his French Canadian cuisine restaurant, which is a great idea, where you can get some poutine. So next time when we come and meet you, we're gonna have some poutine, Donna.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of people like that. The French fries with the gravy on it,
and the cheese.
Popular here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you have to try the real Quebec poutine. That's our landmark.
Well, then you'll make it when you come down and visit me again. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So tell me, Donna, you're a real estate agent. Of course, you sell houses. Last time we had you like about a year ago. You were talking to us about ways for Canadians to buy a house in Florida. that you can buy as a rental property if you put like a
right.
certain amount of cash. Did it change since last year?
The market's changing every day, and the lending aspects are absolutely changing just because the current market
Yes.
the way it is. So every single day, I'm noticing that that we're getting all these different loan products that we didn't have a year ago. So
Yeah.
yes, I would say drastically. I would say yes, it is changing.
So what's a typical loan? A typical loan that as Canadian that we can, because mind you, when we come to America, we have no credit. So we have zero credit.
But you do have some options, and I can talk about it later. But yeah,
There you go, Julie.
go ahead. What would be the terms right now? Like if you're trying to buy a house.
To buy, well, again, it's going to be the same thing like we talked last year. Where you're looking at it as an investment and coming into it as a rental potential. They're going to be looking at what the rental value is and whether it will cover your mortgage. 99% of the time, I would say it does. Just depends on where you're putting it and things like that. And then from there, once you're in and you convert and you move, and it becomes your primary if you're moving here. That's how I would have structured it. What we talked about last.
So you buy it at first as a rental property. You wait for a few months, and then you change your mind and you say, "Oh, that's a nice house. I can live in there," and that's it. That's the plan.
Well, or you're really lucky and you have a different. Like we looked at some last year, Jeff, and it had 2 units inside of it. Remember? So the one remained as investment, and the other one became primary or secondary, however that was done, and that's phenomenal to find. And it's not that it's absolutely a no-go. You will find that sometimes where they'll have some separate structure or in-law suite or a separate apartment that
So you mean a house with another house that you can rent?
Yes.
Pretty much like Julie, where she's in Mango, that's exactly what she has.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she rents it as an Airbnb, actually.
Yeah, I do it as an Airbnb, but yeah. But so what we were saying is you can buy a house, but you have to put like 30% cash down. Am I right?
I've seen it as low as 20. I have definitely seen it as low as 20.
Okay, because I thought you said last year.
It was 30 at that point.
Yeah, okay, it was 30, but it was 30 in with 30% cash down. They were not checking your credit or something like that, right?
Correct.
It was, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You had to make an initial deposit into an American bank system. Remember, what was it, a couple weeks prior? And I can do some more investigating to see what some of the I haven't researched that lately. We haven't been doing that a lot here in Brevard, but certainly and to see what the new programs are. I have seen the 20. I have a nice file folder if you guys ever did need some help on my computer that is cool loan programs that are going on for people that are coming in and investing in our country and doing some really amazing things. So that's definitely something we can look into.
Okay.
So when I was at your place like a week or two ago, we were talking about those businesses that also that you're allowed to sell, because as a real estate agent you can sell businesses.
Sure.
And I noticed like you posted a few because we have another group, E2 visas. So if you're looking for that, I'll post the link later on. But so there's a few businesses.
I broke them down today. So
excellent. So listen, I don't know if you're close to, of course you're close to your computer, but if you want to share your screen, we can do that if you want.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hold on. Let me clean it up a little bit for a second, Jeff.
So did you see the list, Jeff? Do you know, are they like E2 suitable or?
But most of them, listen, it's as long, what's E2 suitable is as long as it's more or less 100,000.
You have
as
to
long
have
as
kind
you
of
can
like
create, as long as you can create 5 jobs.
Yes, but you have to have some sort of like owner's benefits, not always like profit, but and it cannot be a business operated in your home, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you can definitely share my screen, and then I will pull up the MLS that I have access to, and we'll kind of take a peek at it.
Okay, can I? Okay, actually, you should have a possibility. I don't know.
Let's see.
Present.
Within your menu, present.
I see it. Yes.
Yeah. And you just have to select the window that you want to share. Tell us when you're ready.
I don't know
I
what
think
it's
we'll know.
Do you see it?
No, now we see us.
Do you see it? I mean,
it's asking me to select.
Yeah, you have to select the screen you want to share.
Yes. There you
go. Here it is.
All right.
Okay. So you can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's small.
Yeah, it's small.
How do I make that big?
Hold on a second. I'll try to make it bigger. I'll make a new layout. Hold on a second. I like them.
So the one we're seeing right now, what is it? Is that
that is a lawn care business. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I can read it. That is a 20-year lawn service business with one homeowners association account in Port Orange plus 50 other lawn accounts in Daytona and Ormond area. The owner has 2 helpers, each work approximately 35 hours a week, and the accounts are billed monthly and are grossing $15,000 per month all year long. That's the great thing about Florida is they do, especially lawn care and pools, they're year round. So this one's listed at this point in time, and of course we don't have access to the actual financials at this point in time, but that one's listed for $50,000 is what they're saying, and the net operating income is $72,000.
Okay, 50,000. So that for an E2 business, you would have to make a business plan showing your investment to kind of average like the 100,000 that we're talking about. But it's possible you can do that, or you can add more services. Today, I was talking to someone who's telling me they were trying to find that kind of company, but adding more services to this. So that will be something that will be perfect. And then what is this one? Is this
one is a fully functioning pizza restaurant for sale in Holly Hill. Opportunity to own a pizza restaurant that can make money day one. Fully equipped, locations on a main road. Other businesses in the plaza help bring in sales. It has indoor seating for approximately 28, a small outdoor seating area as well. Possible owner financing with significant down payment. There is a long-term lease in place, and inventory list is available upon request.
100,000
on that one right now.
Yeah,
that's an interesting one. I think, Jeff, you and I looked at one.
A vape shop.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Let me get to it. Is it Indialantic, if I remember?
I think you posted it on the group.
Just wondering why it's not coming up.
Maybe they sold it.
No, I saw it. I saw it a little bit ago. Hold on a second. I broke them down, so let me see if I can find it again. This one is a satellite salon. Then we had this one reviewed too. There's a game shop. That's interesting for $85. Here's a smoke shop. That's not me, right? So this particular property I find very interesting. It is listed at $59,000. The reason I think it's interesting is the location of it. Indialantic is
Oh, yeah.
It goes between Disney and the beach. 192 runs straight across. So the location of it's very, very nice. It's a renovated and updated unit. They say new floors, new walls, new security shutters. The sale includes all furniture, fixtures, and equipment, shop cash register, inventory shelves, and it's situated on Fifth Avenue, high traffic area. So that's in shop smoke shops here, huge. I know one in Virginia that we sold a couple of years ago that made $50,000 a month. I'm not saying that this one does, but I was blown away by that they were capable of making that kind of income.
Yeah, and it's a high profit margin also. So
Yes.
yeah, that's quite interesting. And for those who don't know, in the Atlantic, is that you never more than like half a mile from the ocean.
Yeah, you're definitely not even
between the Indian River and the ocean. So it's a beautiful
that's
community.
a neat area.
Yeah,
for sure. And then we talked about this game one too. Remember, Jeff? And this one was interesting. Income producing. Oh, this is the nail one. Nail and beauty salon in Indian Harbor Beach, which is a very, very beautiful area as well. Business sale only. Price includes all equipment, furniture, and supplies. So you'd have to find beauticians or people that do nails, things like that. But it's possible that the staff could come with it, and we could certainly find out more information for that. And that was listed at 85.
And actually, that could be a pretty good business. And Julie, corrige-moi si je me trompe, but it can be a good business for an absentee owner because most of the chairs you can rent.
No, you can't. It's an E2 business. You need W-2s.
You need?
You need W-2s. You need employees, not 1099s.
Yeah. No, okay, yeah.
So,
You're right. You're right. C'est vrai. So you need employees. So don't rent the chairs. But then again, if you have that's the kind of business that anyways you can have at least 5 employees. So
then this is in Vero Beach. That is Vero Beach has always been really beautiful. The housing market in Vero Beach and more the western area of Vero Beach is really up and coming. Prices are just kind of bouncing hard, which is interesting. You know, I sold in there last year, and you could get a pretty good sized house for $300-something thousand, and they're 4s and 5s now. But this one's listed at $65,000. It's a delicatessen. Italian sub is up for sale. It is a staple and has been established for more than 50 years. Endless possibilities, catering opportunities, breakfast service, dinner service, and more. Located in a high traffic location on US 1. So I think that's a really neat one too. Wow. Especially if you're going to do breakfast, that tends to be a really big one depending on location. And we can look.
And mind you, the Donna, the thing I noticed in the US, like compared to us in Quebec, like when we go to the breakfast restaurants, we have a lot of fruits and this and that. But in the US, it's not usual. Like when you go to Pancake House or to IHOP and places like that, there's no fruits. Or Denny's, no fruits. So if you bring that concept of having lots of fruit, lots of fresh ingredients, you're going to make a killing. I
agree.
Yeah.
The other one I thought was kind of interesting. Let's see if I can find it. This one just came on the market right here. I don't think this is my personal opinion, just because of location. Let's see what the details are. Again, that's a salon. There was one that was a game shop. Where is that?
That's the salon. Yeah.
The nail salon.
Yeah, there was a game shop one. I believe it was in Cocoa, if I remember correctly. Jacksonville has got restaurants. I mean, I'm looking at, there's 17 that I can have verified that are business opportunities under $150,000. Okay. So, and that includes the 3 MLS systems that I have access to, going up to Jacksonville, Daytona, Brevard, and then Vero Beach.
Okay, New Smyrna and all those places, yeah.
Right. I don't know where that is, Jeff. I know I had it this morning, and then this one's Daytona Beach, which is really neat for $100,000, and it's a pizza restaurant. We talked about that one.
Listen, if a few of my friends have pizzerias in Quebec, and they all said the same thing. If you want to operate a restaurant, if you don't make money with a pizzeria, just go away. Just don't do it, because that's the easiest money you can make. It's with pizzas.
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah, low overhead.
Yeah,
minimal staff.
Yeah.
This one.
And damn, those pizza, like you would pay, I don't know, like in Quebec, you would pay at least $40 for a pizza for your family, $40-$50. Like, and you look at the ingredients and everything, the food cost, it's nothing compared to what you can sell it for. And the other thing that I wanted to talk with Burny that we had previously is that you guys, and I noticed that with you, Donna, you eat out all the time. Like, I mean, all the time. Like, at least 5 nights a week, if not more. And if not 2 times per day.
Yes, I do eat a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And you're not alone. Like, it's constant. And like in America, people eat out a lot, and there's a lot of restaurants, like more than you would see in Canada.
Mine's walking distance. I could walk to a restaurant from my house.
Yeah.
So, and the weather's nice. Everybody likes to sit outside. And for me, I'm a single, family household or single person household. So for me, it makes sense because I'm not letting food go bad. It's less expensive than for me to go to the grocery store. I mean, I literally went to the grocery store today, and I can't think of the last time I was at one. So, and it was really to get coffee and some chicken and things like that I could freeze and grill out on. So it's not a common for me to do. I saw more fresh food when Jeff and Mimi were here than I've ever seen. It was fantastic. I ate like a queen that whole time frame.
That's true. No, we cook a lot, and mind you, for us, like we went out a lot, like yeah. So,
but I think that's the American way. It's the American way, because even like after work, they're gonna stop somewhere and get food. They're gonna bring food home, but not from the grocery store. Just, like a pizza or something. But it's every day, every night. So. Yeah,
I agree. There are definitely opportunities out there. If you want to be set up on a list of opportunities that come on, so you get notified right away, you can certainly email me or get in touch with Jeff and then let me know, and I can set up a search that would notify you of opportunities that come up. There's also other ways that we can find it too if I knew exactly what you were looking for. I think this is a great opportunity, and I think it's just a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And, honestly, we need people to come down here and work some really good businesses. We really do.
No, you're right. And there's good, listen, it's pretty obvious, and especially in Brevard, like you've seen it change, Brevard County, like, and it changed a lot with the NASA and the rockets, because I remember like 20 years ago when we used to go like to Melbourne when my father-in-law was, it was cool. But now with all the investment with SpaceX and everything, it boomed. It's really the neighborhood, like, and if you want good job in engineering and stuff like that, you have Bombardier, you have Boeing, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and these are good jobs. Yeah, these are good jobs.
The 3D printed rocket went off last night.
Yeah, it went off last night, eh?
I stood on
we missed it 2 times.
It didn't.
So it made it to space, but it, like the second story, like it didn't work properly. But at least most of it worked.
Right. And then we've got that aquarium that's coming here to Port Canaveral. That's going to be really big. There's several different. I don't know why my brain's going dead. Margaritaville. We have a huge, and I can share it with you guys too. There's that big right outside of Melbourne, they're building that big, how do you call it? Where you
the Oasis thing with the lakes and everything. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really neat too.
Yeah.
Like a boardwalk?
No, it's going to be inside, not inside, but kind of like a gigantic lake in theory, but where you can walk around it and swim and restaurants and just really, really neat stuff.
Just like they have in Vera, but different, like more touristy. Yeah, they were even talking about putting a racetrack there and shows and everything. Like it's really huge. Like you sent me the plans once, like a few months ago, and it's huge. It's huge. So it's really moving a lot in Brevard.
The port just became the busiest port on the East Coast. In 2022. Which just amazed me. And one of the ideas that they're doing or they're tossing about is and if you're not familiar with the port, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to you, but there's a lot of interior land to the port. And so you can't park your boat at the port because of the cruise ships. And they're talking about coming through some of the vacant lots that are in between restaurants, going through the roads, opening up and building a really large lake area and building restaurants around it where the boats can park and enjoy that type of environment. So that's
and it's going to be unique because you don't have that in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Brevard's on fire. I mean, it's kind of like a catch-22. Do you tell people about it or do you keep it quiet? You know, and it's getting out anyway, so it's not like I keep it a secret.
So because actually it's when I talk about this county to Canadians, like they don't really know about it, and I always tell them you should consider it. I know there's less like French Canadian there. For some it can be a good thing, but but there's so much opportunities, especially if you have a young families for the kids. The schools are excellent, and we went to visit. I told you, Donna, in Satellite Beach High School with my son. We met the principal, who is also the baseball coach of the team. We stayed with him like for an hour. Explained the school, what they're doing, all the project they have. It's such a nice place and such a nice neighborhood. I love that place. I just can't wait to move.
When I was growing up, I graduated Melbourne High. And,
really?
Oh, yeah, that's where I graduated. And what I really loved about it is in high school, I was on bowling, track, cheerleading. I did swim, which turned into dive, because then I said, I don't like to swim that much because, they made you do laps like crazy. And my dad was in the dive team, so I went into the dive team. Then I realized I had to swim a lot because they made you stay in shape. And then I went on the crew team, which is the rowing of the boats. That was really neat. And that's what I talked to your son about. So here they also have surfing, they have fishing, they have all this stuff that's a high school sport. It's just phenomenal. The opportunities for kids here.
Yeah, and everything towards the ocean. If you like oceanography and stuff like that, if you're into science, and that's the place. That's the place, man.
Orlando's how long? About less than an hour, and you're in Orlando. How long did it take you to get to Winter Park?
Not even an hour, like 45 minutes.
They were really amazed by that.
Winter Park, you have to see that. Like you can visit, and you have those multi-million-dollar houses around the lake there. It's right. It's like it's a suburb of Orlando, and I was talking to you about that place, and we took a boat into canals, and it's amazing. It's just amazing, the beauty and all the small college they have there. Of course, there's the biggest one. What is it? Central Florida. The university, but it's
Central Florida,
and which is like a huge university. But then again, you have those private college there, and you have everything. You have everything you would want. It's there.
I mean, so do you land in Orlando? Sorry.
Yeah.
Where do you? Yeah, Orlando is the closest airport.
Yeah, because it's like 45 minutes from any place near the ocean. So.
Well, you got Daytona's 45 minutes, roughly an hour. And then Melbourne, it's now international airport, and you can look for that. That's the same. Literally, it's in the same county, but it takes just as long to go from Melbourne to where I'm at, northern Brevard, as it does for me to get on and go to Orlando International. There's just so many airports. I wouldn't stress about that. Find your best deal. I mean, the worst case, cross states 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours.
No, but anyway, from Montreal to Orlando, it's such an obvious destination, and there's like
great deals.
You can fly direct, or if you want connection, you can have deals. You can fly to Orlando for $300 from Montreal. So it's a no-brainer.
I am absolutely thrilled to help anybody if they have any questions about businesses or what's available, or set you up on a search, or if you're looking at residential real estate and you have questions about how mortgages work here or how you can get into the residential portion of it, I'm happy to help with that too here in Brevard. Well, all of Florida, actually. Just let me know.
I have a question for you from Cynthia. So you said that you have a new program that maybe we can buy a house for an investment with maybe a cash of 20% instead of 30%. Is that what you said, eh?
Yes, correct. Right.
So it changed from last year, because last year it was pretty much 30%. So now, now it's right.
For sure. Absolutely.
So mind you guys, because when you sell your house, if you had your house for at least 2-3 years, of course you're going to have the cash that is needed, because it's the appreciation of your house was so great in the past few years. You're going to make a few bucks selling it. So you're
but
going
they may have to invest it in the E2 business, and so now
that's another thing.
That's why I'm trying. Yeah, but so trying to find like a solution, like to have because they all want to buy a house, but they kind of they're limited on the amount of money they can spend, but.
Well, one of the things that we talked about, Jeff, was initially having somebody come down, purchasing a business and renting a home short term until you either have the credit history once you're here for 6 months, or anything along those lines. And that's another great opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about it. Even it's not for everybody, but even if you're not really absolutely sure where you want to live, but you're sure of the kind of business you want to buy, you buy your business, you're in Florida, you can live in a fifth wheel like it's a year long. It's okay.
It's really hard to find parking. Just to be very straight up about that lately. I mean, people are on waiting lists. Locally, we can't even find it now.
Yeah,
it's very expensive to even be in a campground or anything like that. It's very expensive in Florida now. I have a question for you, Donna. So we, as foreign with a visa, any kind of visa, we're eligible for the FHA loan. But the FHA loan may not be great. Well, sometimes it's not even an option when you're trying to buy a house, right? Sometimes it's going to be you can buy it's just conventional, and so I'm talking about the Texas market.
Okay.
In Florida.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand where you're going. You're saying that they can do FHA.
Yeah, they are eligible for FHA loan, which is a lower cash down, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, 3.5%.
Okay, so is it an option for many houses, or because okay?
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes here we don't even have this option. It's like conventional, but sometimes it is. So I was asking. So if they want to buy a house,
but Brevard, I mean, I write a lot of FHA.
Okay, so FHA if you don't know, it's a loan that is insured by the government, and
like CHL in Canada.
Yes.
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the cash down, it's about 5%, 3 to 5. That's what it says.
3.5 to 5.
Yeah,
right.
3.5 to 5. Yeah.
So you said that, Donna, even for an immigrant with like a recent immigrant, it's doable.
Jeff, before I'd put my foot in the mouth on that one, I do mortgage lending as well. I really would like to contact and look in some of the guidelines of FHA to see how that works.
Okay. Well, so what I know for me, I know that they are eligible for FHA loan with a visa, with a visa, and that's what we did. So I know we did it with the TN.
Did you have established credit though?
Mm-hmm. Well, we had some credit from, so we went with a American bank, but with banks in Canada as well.
Canadian links, yeah.
You can, yeah. So there's like, well, TD would work now. You have the Royal Bank of Canada, the National Bank of Canada, Desjardins. Yeah. So you have you have options, but they look in your credit, and yes, again, they are, that I know for a fact that they are eligible.
Yes. So I think that's a brilliant conversation piece to have on the next show, and I'll actually get all the guidelines and break that down so we can understand exactly how to do it.
Are there any other loan products or loan programs that we probably don't know about now that are new in the market?
There's so many private investors that are out, not private investors, but smaller banks, things like that are doing.
You mean private lenders?
Right. Each
like outside of banks.
Not like hard money or anything like that. Just like smaller banks, smaller loan companies that going in and negotiating, doing investor type loans throughout their products.
For houses and for business?
Yes. Not for business. I don't know about commercially on that.
Okay, but for houses.
Right.
So you what you're saying is that they can be more creative than a traditional bank.
Very much so. That is what I'm saying.
Okay. You have some example of what creative can be like?
Well, I did a lot of Airbnb type of residential real estate up in the mountains of Virginia this last summer. And a lot of investors that were looking for that. Now, the way that we broke that down was we made the Airbnb portion of it a business instead of, because, house is only worth so much, but the money coming in off that Airbnb is worth so much money, right?
Yes.
And you can't just go, okay, well, I bring in $130,000 a year in an Airbnb, but they want $500. That's the appraised value of that house. You're not going to get $650 for it because the appraiser is not going to look at it as a business. So what we did is we wrote it as a residential sale, but you bought the business. So you had to buy the business separately, and that gave you the right to use it as an Airbnb, or they would put a title, basically a title lock on it for 2 years saying you can't do that. And you had to own it residential. So we did that. And what we did is I had one client in particular that did not have the $150,000 she needed to buy the business portion of it. And we were able to find a local bank that was small enough that they wrote, because they knew what those structures did. And so they wrote the business loan on that, and we were able to.
That's interesting because in Canada, you only have, what is it, like 8 or 9 banks, and they're all huge. They're too big, and it's really hard to be creative with these guys, and that's why it's so tough to do business in Canada. I don't say it's not doable, but it's tougher. It's more, you have to be more traditional, I would say that.
We have a lot of mom and pop style, and they're not literally mom and pops, but they're, smaller banks that are here that have been established for a long period of time. They never got into the national type of bank. And back in the day when I got in real estate, you just made a call and you go, "Hi, Sally, it's Donna. What kind of programs do you have?" And sometimes back in the 90s, we did something called a balloon. So it was easier to qualify for this, but you had 5 years to refinance. You didn't have mortgage insurance, and you have a balloon payment at the end of 5 years. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. We just have to find it. And I think that's going to really come down to consumer necessity, what the particular person needs, because it's so big that it would be almost impossible to have all that knowledge. So you got to take somebody's scenario one person at a time and make their dreams come true as close as you can.
Yeah,
and in the, I think you don't have that in Canada. The 30 years fixed, you don't have that.
They have 40 now.
40? Oh, well, that's crazy. But 30 years fixed rate, you don't have that in Canada, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. Because every time I say that, because we have like a 30 years fixed rate, and it's super low, so we're happy right now. But I'm telling that to a Canadian, they're like, "What?" Yeah.
You have to renew at least every 5 years. So
What are the interest rates in Canada right now?
Say that again.
What are the interest rates in Canada right now?
So far, it's a good interest rate if you have like a decent credit would be between 5 and 6 with the decent credit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot.
It's not too bad because it's not good here right now. It's not great at all.
But it's the same. But then again, if you were able to cap your credit rate, not your credit rate, but your mortgage. Like Cynthia's saying, it's 6% now. So if 6%, if you have good credit, So it's
that we're expected to see them start to drop off coming into fall. I don't know. If we could predict the market, we'd all be wealthy. But I certainly think that would be nice. We've historically had lower interest rates since the late 90s.
Yeah.
Going into 2000s. I mean, when I bought my first house, it was 13% back in
the late 80s.
94, I want to say it was.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Well, 23 was in the 80s. That was like 83. Everybody that was bad. That was bad.
Crazy bad. Mm-hmm. So now, what would you recommend, like to do like short term while it's
you can actually refinance. I don't know if it drops like 1 point, it makes sense to refinance. Yeah.
So my motto right now this is how I truly feel about it. I know the interest rates are higher than what people are used to, especially the younger population here. Or even there. The truth of the matter is it's still not a really bad interest rate. Even if you're at 7, it's still not a bad interest rate. So what I say now is marry the house, date the rate. So you're going to find something you want. You're going to marry that, right? And it's going to change over time, just like your marriage would. And
anyway, it would appreciate with time anyways. So,
right. It's going to appreciate. It's so much easier to get a mortgage once you're in the property. So even if you get seller financing, sometimes you can, and you held the title, it's easier to go to a bank and go, okay, well, I already have property interest in this property. I'm going to refinance. There's just a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah.
But definitely don't think that the 5, 6, 7% interest rates are awful, because I know they're different, but it is not catastrophic to the just so different, because we've been 2, 3, 4, 5, for years and years and years, and people are having heart failure over it. But
and you knew about the 23% in the 80s.
I've been in real estate 30 years. I have seen 10, 13, 15, 17, 23. I've seen it all. And of course, prices were different right then. And so something's going to give at some point. It's going to either be market value or it's going to be the rate. But the predictions throughout what I read is that the rate's going to drop or start to proceed going down. I don't think it's sustainable the way it is right now.
And so far, how's the market in Brevard? Of course, compared to last year, did appreciate a little bit. I noticed it, but not as much as I was expecting, though. Am I right?
No, I market, in my opinion, is still pretty on fire. It, I just did a contract the other day. It was $15,000 over asking. Escalation clauses are crazy. It just depends on the deal. It's all of the art of the deal. Some properties, people, you know how people can be. They can be like that. My house is worth such and such, and it's not worth that. So it depends on what the property is valued at. Is it a good deal? Is it not a good deal? How desirable is it? But as it stands right now, the inventory is less than the demand. So with that said, people are willing to pay more because they want a house. They want to be here. And so I don't see it really dropping badly right now. I really don't. And I know for the people wanting to come in and buy, that's not what you want to hear. I know. I have several calls this week just alone saying, I'm going to wait for the market to drop. And I go, okay.
Yeah, ain't going to happen. Not in Florida.
Well, in my opinion, and I'm a professional on that one, an expert on Brevard County. So I can tell you in Brevard County, I'm not seeing it happen. There's just too much coming in, too much demand for it for me to see that. Now, I do believe something's going to give. It's either going to be interest rate or some of the prices. The price is going to have to come down. People can't do 7% and $700,000 unless you make a whole lot of money. So something's going to give. I don't know which. I wish I did know, because then we'd just be all retired right now. But something's going to go.
But then again, there's also another aspect, and we don't talk a lot about it, but it's true. And when we were there, we talked a little bit about it. You have all these people coming from the north that they didn't really like what happened during COVID, and you have kind of a cool governor there in Florida, and people kind of like how he reacted to it, and like all those lefties from New York State and New Jersey, they had such a good time in Florida that they bought some property there.
We call it "Don't New York or Florida," or "Don't California or Florida." We're gonna say the same thing. Don't Canadian my Florida. But people are coming here because what Florida has to offer. That we aren't locked down. That our businesses stayed open. That people didn't go bankrupt. That I think our biggest challenge right now is to find enough people to work. I don't understand why that's happening, but it is happening.
Yes.
And but yes, if we can keep our state the way it is, it would be phenomenal. That's why you want to be here, Jeff, right? Because your kids are in school. They're not wearing a mask, sitting in a basement trying to study history. It is really a nice place. Fresh air, sunshine, great homes, lots to do. So I think it's really neat.
Yeah. We're close.
You can almost taste it, I bet.
Oh, man, yeah. It's my last winter in Quebec.
So it was interesting from Florida back to Quebec, and he sent me a picture.
Of my wife shoveling the snow.
Boy, that was a big 24-hour change, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, man. Last winter. Always tell that to Mimi. Last winter.
Yeah. It was neat.
So listen, if we have people here that want to contact you, I guess the best way is through your website, which is quite easy to remember. It's donna.com.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think my shirt says it right there.
Donna.com. Oh wow. Okay, it's easy enough. It's great.
Yeah. So and I noticed last year when I came to your website, so I wrote what kind of house I'm in the market and this and that, and it automatically will send me properties that are corresponding to what I'm looking for.
It's a brilliant website.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And then the other thing that's neat too to keep it in mind, guys, if you do that, if you go to donna.com and you sign up and you tell me what you want or where you want to be, you can search throughout Florida. It doesn't have to be Brevard. And you write in there, hey, Donna, I would like to have the mobile app, because I believe I shared that with you, Jeff, as well. I'll send you a link for something called Home Snaps, and that's countrywide, actually, so it's pretty neat. And the map searches on it are phenomenal. And that's just another tool in your pocket that will help you find what you're looking for.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and the good thing, of course, for you, it's you take it for granted in the U.S., but for us Quebecers, it's different. Is that when you look at a house on Realtor.com or places like that, you see all the description and everything, and you see schools. And schools are rated. Like in Quebec, you cannot rate a school because we're in a communist system and we don't rate schools here. But in the US, they grade schools. So first at bat, if you're in a good neighborhood.
Right?
Yes, that's true.
And that's how we discovered the high school where we're going to send my son, because the rating was so great at Satellite High, and so we went to see the baseball team play and this and that. And okay, it's a good school. So right off the bat, okay, I can buy a house there, and I'm, I can be tranquille,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that realtors that are licensed in the States cannot tell you. One is crime, the other is schools, demographics, things like that. It's just against our ethics. We can't do it. I can guide you where you get that information. And I think I hinted upon it at some point, going, if I'm smiling, that you're good. But, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so all the information is available.
If I say to you, Jeff, you really should call the sheriff's department and get the crime record for the last 90 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are things we cannot say, but certainly the freedom of information here is a whole lot better, and the schools are very well graded. And the nice thing is there's different websites that do that, and parents make comments, and then there's community Facebook pages that we talk stuff on, and so there's just such vast information that media can't keep up with it. I mean, we're all over the place as far as talking.
Yep.
I'm excited for you, Jeff. I cannot wait. That's for sure. I told him he was going to be at my house for Thanksgiving next year. So.
Oh yeah.
I met him a while ago, like more than 10 years ago. And he was telling me he was going to move to the US. And so for me, it's like, are you really?
But you're in the great state of Texas, so you can't go wrong there either.
Yeah, but I moved here 20 years ago. But I met him, I don't know, when we met.
10 years ago at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And even, but listen, you saw you saw Mimi. It took me 20 years to convince my wife to move to the US. So now she's convinced, and now I'm okay.
And she likes it. She likes it.
Yeah, she likes it, and we've been there so many times, and she's now accepting it. So I think we're good. So I just hope, like all the other people that have been laughing at me, just like Julie. Oh yeah, you want to go to the US, blah, 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 but it's only talk, But now it's concrete.
For sure.
So I only hope all the other people that I'll talk, but then do the same thing. That's why we want to help you to move to paradise, because Florida is, it's paradise. It's especially in this
teamwork.
This county is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah, teamworks make the dreams work, right? So.
Yeah,
put the team together, and everything that you guys want to happen will happen.
It will. So far, looks good. So Donna.com.
Yeah.
Right there. So if you have any question, about financial products and stuff like that, she'll be able to answer you guys. And and if you're looking for a business, same thing. And because I thought at first, that's why I asked you when we were in Florida, I thought you were not allowed to sell businesses, and you have to go through business broker, absolutely, but it's not the case.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find me on Facebook too, Donna. It's literally I have the miraculous first name, middle name, and last name being the same on Facebook. So it's a big joke, but it's easy to find me that way. So if you want to shoot me a message, if that's better for you than going to a website, I'm happy with that too. You're certainly welcome to do it. It was so good seeing you guys again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, gonna see you soon. So thank you very much, Donna.
Absolutely.
Julie.
Let's plan on getting together. Give me some time, and we'll do some loan programs if you want to do another segment, maybe soon. And I'll pull all the guidelines together because I do mortgage lending as well. And we'll put that together and just do guidelines so we're a little bit more clear in what's going on.
Yeah, and if we have people that are listening to us, but are listening to it as a podcast in the later weeks, so you can contact us, you can ask us questions, and we'll be able to the next time, maybe in a month from now, we can ask those questions to Donna while we're with you. Perfect. All right, then. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
You take
Julie,
care.
merci beaucoup d'être là.
Ça m'a fait plaisir, comme d'habitude.
Puis on vous revient d'ici la prochaine émission, peut-être d'ici 2 semaines, quelque chose du genre. C'est à peu près ça notre horaire, hein? À peu près 2 semaines.
Ça va, ouais.
Yeah, kind of. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
À bientôt.
Bye-bye.